Hey guys, what is up? DJ Man here, back here with another video. And today's video is going to be my first anime review. I've done anime movies reviews in the past, but I haven't done one of a series before. And today's anime review is going to be of Baka and Test, or wait for it, the first season of Baka and Test Summon the Beast. Ha! Gay! Yeah, I know exactly what you guys are thinking, that this show looks extremely girly, that since you're a person that normally just watches action-heavy anime, that you wouldn't be caught dead watching an anime like this. And I know you guys are thinking that because that's how I felt when I first had a glimpse of this show. Those were my first impressions too. And but for some reason, out of nowhere, I decided to go ahead and watch, a clip of it off of Funimation's YouTube channel. I was like, hey, that's kind of funny. And then I went ahead and watched the trailer, and I was like, hey, this looks pretty good. And the rest is history. So what is the genre of Baka and Test, you may be asking? Well, it's actually a romantic comedy. Ha! Gay! Shut up and let me talk. Yes, it is kind of, sort of a romantic comedy, but it's definitely more comedy than it is romance. I'd say it's only like 15% romance, while the other like 85% is comedy, and it's funny. Don't lose your way. So what is Baka and Test about? Well, it takes place around this group of high school kids, and the thing about the high school that they go to is that they test into the different classes. They have like people that test get high scores on tests, get into class A, then there's class B, then C, then D, then E, down to F, which is where our main core characters are at. One of the things about being in the upper class, like in class A, is that you have better stuff, like really nice stuff. While as you get lower and lower down the list, they get crappier and crappier stuff. Like in class F, they're sitting on the floor at these like really crappy wooden tables, while people in class A have like really luxury type of stuff. So yeah. So how do they get better stuff? Well, what they can do is they can challenge other classes to what they call an ST war. During these ST wars, classes face each other by summoning these digital creatures called avatars to do battle for them. And whatever class wins the war, they're able to exchange stuff with that said class. So if class F beats class C, they're able to exchange stuff with them. And that's how they get better stuff. The thing about their avatars is that their power level is based off their test scores. So if they have low test scores, their avatar isn't that strong compared to, like class A or something like that. So how can they win ST wars if their test scores are low? I mean, they are the lowest class. Well, the thing is that test scores aren't the only thing that matters. If you know how to use your avatar and you're skilled with it, you'll be able to, at least stand your ground against a higher class person. So the main premise of season 1 is class F trying to get better stuff. But that's not like the only focus of the show. If it was, the show wouldn't be as funny as it is. So what does make this show funny? Well, it's the characters, the interactions between the characters, and the other situations that they get into other than just trying to get better stuff for their class. Speaking of characters, let's go ahead and talk about our main ones. First off, we got Akihisa Yoshi. Yes, Yoshi like the dinosaur from Mario, but I'm probably just going to call him Yoshi. And he is kind of our main character of the show, the guy that we mainly focus on. And he is considered the biggest idiot of, the school. That's hinting the name Baka and Test. Baka in Japanese means idiot, and he's considered the biggest one of them all. But even though he is a big idiot, or at least they say he is, he still has a really good heart, which makes him a really likable main character. Next we have Yuji, who is, the best way to explain him is he's kind of the leader of our group of characters, and he's also Yoshi's best friend. And they're always getting on each other's nerves and fighting with each other, which is kind of funny. Next we have Koda, and he's the perverted one of the group, like really perverted. Like he literally carries around a camera and takes pictures of girls, and it's just so funny. And he has like the biggest nosebleeds that I've ever seen in an anime. Next we have my main man Hideyoshi, and yes, that is a dude, and that's one of the running jokes of the series, that he looks like a girl, but he's actually a dude. But as far as character-wise, he's kind of the calm one of the group. Let's go ahead and move on to the ladies, starting off with Himuji. And Himuji, the best way to explain her, she's kind of the girly girl of the group, the really sweet one. And the fact is that she does have a thing for her main character, Yoshi, but of course she hides that fact. And we don't really know why she likes him. And also, she's their secret weapon because she's supposed to be in class A, but she kind of passed out during the exam, which is why she's in class F. Next, we have my waifu, Minami, and she's kind of the tsundere of the group. And if you don't know what a tsundere is, they're kind of the female character that's kind of aggressive, that type of character. But she is also, still a very likable character. And she also has a thing She also has a thing for our main character, Yoshi, but of course she keeps that to herself and we don't really know why she likes him. Next we have Shoko, and she actually has a thing for our character named Yuji, Yoshi's best friend. The guy I talked about earlier, the leader of the group. She has a thing for him. And she doesn't hide that fact. In fact, she makes it very well known that she has a thing for this guy. But of course, Yuji kind of pushes her away for one reason or another. And she's kind of the stalker / jealous / kind of a gothic type of character. Gothic isn't the word I would really use, but that's the best way I can explain it. You have to see her to believe her, but to believe it. And also, we don't really know why she likes him. Next, we have Hazuki, Minami's little sister. And the thing about her is that she also has a thing for our main character, Yoshi. But of course, she doesn't hide that fact because she's a little girl. And that's the best way to explain her character. She's kind of the little girl of the group who shows up every once in a while. But the thing is that we don't know how she knows Yoshi, and we don't really know why she likes Yoshi. Next, we have Yoshi's older sister, whose name escapes me at this moment. But I don't really want to talk about her as a character at the moment because she doesn't come in till a little later on in the season, so I don't want to spoil her character. Plus, she's just a character you just gotta see to believe. She's amazing. So the reason why I keep saying we don't really know why this person likes that person is because we actually do find that out, but not until next season. So yes, the characters really do make the show funny, but it's also the interactions between the characters that also makes the show really funny. And I don't want to spoil I don't really want to spoil anything for you guys, so I'll kind of use an example I used from before, which is the whole thing with Hideyoshi, again, that he looks like a girl. So there'll be like a scene where there's a bathroom for the boys, a bathroom for the girls, and then there'll be a bathroom right for Hideyoshi, and that's kind of funny. And I guess one joke I will kind of spoil for you is that there's a running joke in a series. One of my favorite running jokes is that Yuji would put his hand on Yuji's shoulder, and then the animation will change. It'll go all black and white, and he's giving him some type of advice, and it's just really funny. Again, what makes this show funny is its characters, the interactions between them, and the different situations that they find themselves in. Again, I don't really want to spoil anything for you guys, so just to give you a small example of one of the situations they're in, is that they kind of force Yuji to go on a date with Shoko, and that's really funny. Now for the good and bad. The good is pretty much everything I already just talked about, the characters, their interactions, and the situations they find themselves in, and on top of that, the animation is really good, especially when they change it for a joke. That really makes me laugh, and Funimation's voice cast is spot on. Another thing I really like about the show, which I kind of hate admitting, is the romantic aspect. There are really some sweet and heart-warming moments in this that can really put a smile on your face. Now for the bad, and honestly it's really hard for me to come up with anything bad about Season 1 here. And the only thing I can really come up with is a very small nitpick, and that nitpick is that some of the background characters don't have faces sometimes. That kind of takes me off the show a little bit, but other than that very small nitpick, I am fine with this Season 1. It was like a So that was my review of Baka and Test Season 1, and I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. If you guys are still not sure if you want to give the show a chance or not, then I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to the video clip that I saw on Funimation's YouTube channel that made me want to give the show a chance in the first place. So go ahead and look at that link and see if you guys think you'd be interested in the show. And if you guys like this video, like the video. And if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, it is DDG the Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.